So the Miami Heat beat the New York Knicks in Game 3, 105-86. Just an absolute destroying of the New York Knicks happened today. Look, let's start with the beginning of the game. I think everybody had the eyes on the exact same thing. There was one storyline coming into the game that everybody was locked in on. Knicks fans, Heat fans, impartial fans like me who just wanted to watch a good basketball game. Everybody was locked in on one thing. And that was, how does Jimmy Butler look? Rolls his ankle really bad, at the end of game 1. Doesn't play game 2, has 5 days off between, rolling the ankle and playing in an actual game. How does he look? And he comes out and he hits his first 3 shots. He moves well. He played really good defense. He moved his feet really well. He ended up being fine. I thought he ended up playing pretty well. 36 minutes, scoring 28 points, 9 of 21 from the field. I thought he looked really, really good. I thought he defended well, right? Because on offense, the way that Jimmy Butler moves, it's a lot of vertical. It's a lot of forwards and backwards, which doesn't put as much pressure on your ankle as playing defense, shuffling side to side, having to move more laterally. So I thought he looked really good, which is obviously a great thing for Heat fans, not a very good thing for Knicks fans. But as good as Jimmy Butler was, as good as he looked, that's not the story of this basketball game. The story of this basketball game is the defense that the Heat played combined with the terrible shooting of the New York Knicks. Look, it is really hard to hold a team below 90 points in the NBA. Part of it is the pace of play, how many three-point shots are taken. I mean, the Knicks took 43 pointers. That's a lot of threes. It is so hard to hold a team below 90 points because of how many threes are taken, the pace of the game, and just how good offensive players are now. Like Julius Randle, that's a good offensive basketball player. Jalen Brunson, that's a good offensive basketball player. Emmanuel Quickley off the bench, that's a good offensive basketball player. Those are 3 guys right there alone who can really score. R.J. Barrett, we've seen him have really good games. Josh Hart's a guy who can knock down open shots. Grimes is a guy who can knock down open shots. Obi Toppin is a guy who moves well without the basketball. He can knock down some open shots. And obviously we know what he does around the rim in terms of his finishing ability. Mitchell Robinson finishes around the rim. Like the Knicks, they should be able to score. They have guys on that team who can score and who can create. And it just did not happen tonight. Jalen Brunson was the leading scorer with 20. No one else had more than 15. And Josh Hart had 15. Julius Randle only scored 10. He was 4-15 from the field. Didn't make a 3. I will say I'm glad that he rebounded really well because a lot of guys, when they don't score, they don't do anything else. They don't defend, they don't rebound, they don't do anything because things are going their way in terms of their ability to shoot the basketball. I always love it when guys like Julius Randle, guys who are relied on to score, when they do something other than just score when they aren't shooting the ball well, when they look to impact the game in other ways. So I really like seeing that from Julius Randle, despite the fact that he didn't shoot it very well. R.J. Barrett didn't shoot it very well. I mean, part of it is the defense that Miami played. I thought Miami defended really well. They've got a lot of guys who can defend out on the perimeter. That's what they all do. All those guys can play defense. Vincent, Strus, Butler, obviously Bam underneath. I mean, they've got so many guys who can defend. Caleb Martin, so many guys who can defend the basketball that that they're going to play good defense night in and night out. But to hold the Knicks under 90 is just so impressive, right? To hold them, to 20% shooting from 3. The Knicks were 8 of 40 from downtown, and hold them to 34% shooting from the field as a whole. That's extremely, extremely impressive. The game got a little chippy. We can talk about the altercation with the technicals and everything. Cody Zeller pushes Julius Randle in the back, but they're fighting for position. I didn't really mind it that much, should you push a guy in the back? No, you shouldn't do that. Let me make that clear, okay? I think part of it was Randall's momentum was already going forward, and Zeller, just gave him a little extra push there to send him to the ground. And then Hartenstein obviously comes in behind Zeller and shoves him. And Caleb Martin's like, hey, man, you're not going to push my boy. And Hartenstein's like, well, he's not going to push my boy, right? And then we get the we're going to stand off and look at each other and act like we're going to fight, but we're really not going to fight because we play in the NBA and fighting isn't exactly what we do, right? So, all in all, part of playoff basketball, physical game just as a whole. I mean, the Knicks commit 22 fouls, and the Miami Heat committed 25 fouls. I mean, just an absolutely physical, brutal game, which makes sense with the way that these two teams play. They both want to get 2 feet in the paint, kick out to open shooters, or finish around the rim. But man, Miami looks good. If they keep playing defense like this, they're going to be tough to beat by anybody. You pair that with the game you get from Jimmy Butler. Max Strus had a really good game, especially early. He finished with 19 points. Shot 7 of 14 from the field. Bam played well. I think this is arguably the best offensive game he's had the entire playoffs. I mean, 17 points, was really efficient. 7 of 14 from the field, 12 rebounds. He looked really good. Had no assists, which is really surprising, but I thought he looked really, really good. Lowry off the bench had 14. I mean, they had a really complete performance from everybody who played a decent amount of minutes. So, Game 4 coming up. It's going to be really intense. The Knicks are going to be looking to steal another one. Miami obviously looking to hold home court. It's going to be a really good game. Make sure you like this video. Comment below who you think ends up taking the series. Look, I don't know if New York's going to be able to steal a game in Miami, so give me the Heat in 6. Make sure you subscribe to get all the post-game reaction, all the post-game breakdowns of everything going on. You don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll talk to y'all later.